audible? Can you hear me? Don't just listen to me, please do think about what I am trying to say as well. A very warm welcome to Be Aware Soul YouTube channel. Did you know that one of India's Prime Minister's death was very suspicious, and until today the suspicion has not been cleared and everyone has a question regarding this death. So today I'll be talking about this Prime Minister and what all problems were there in his deaths, or what all suspicions do we have with regards to his death. So today I'll be talking about Lal Bahadur Shastri ji. So let's get into the video. The first thing you need to know is that Lal Bahadur Shastri didn't die in India. He died in a place called Tashkent. He went to Tashkent, which was under Soviet Union, to sign a treaty between India and Pakistan to end the Indo-Pakistan War in 1965. So at that time he signed the treaty, and that night he passed away. And it was said that he passed away due to heart attack, but it was very hard to believe due to many reasons. So there are 5 reasons that I'll be telling to you today. More than reasons, this can be said as suspicions that we have to say that this was not a natural death. So the first thing is that there was no phone in his room. The accommodation of Lal Bahadur Shastri happened in a villa there, and in the villa there was a suite, that is, it had a larger space, let's say a living room, a kitchen and so on, and he was sleeping in a room. So in that room there was no phone. It was really hard to believe that there was no phone. That means that he cannot be in contact with others when there is an emergency. So even when he had an heart attack, he had to go out of the room and had to tell the others that he has some kind of difficulty. But at the beginning it was said that actually there was a phone in the room. But there were a lot of questions in the parliament. People were asking questions, and when they checked the images, it was proved that there was no phone in the room, and only then was it revealed that there was no phone in the room, but there was a phone in the suite. That means in the living area maybe. So he couldn't contact anyone he wanted to immediately, so he had to go out of the room to contact a person. That itself is a suspicion. The second suspicion arises with the sign of the doctors in the medical certificate of Lal Bahadur Shastri. There were nearly 8 doctors who signed the Russian death certificate, but when it came to the English translated version, there were nearly only 6 doctors who signed it. And another problem with it was that in the parliament they had a feeling that in the English translated version there was a new doctor who did not sign in the Russian version. Another problem with the certificate was that apart from the Indian doctor who was trying to save Lal Bahadur Shastri, the first Russian doctor who came to the rescue did not sign the English version, and this was really suspicious for many. But even there were suspicions, people answered that what was the problem with it? It was just a sign, it was just a matter of the sign. So this was another kind of suspicion that was going on. The body of Lal Bahadur Shastri, when it reached India, it was blue and swollen. And the family felt a weird kind of a feeling because none of them were allowed to go near the body. And Lal Bahadur Shastri's wife felt that it was only she who felt it that way, but when she shared a concern with her children, even her children did feel the same thing. So it meant that there was something suspicious, that they didn't want people to observe Lal Bahadur Shastri. And when they observed it, they saw that the body was blue and swollen. So they said that it was due to the process of embalming that happened. When they said that they had a process of embalming, the other questions that arose was, it was just a few hours of travel, why did you have to do the process of embalming? In one of the books discussing about Lal Bahadur Shastri's death, one of the forensic scientists say that if you do an embalming process in a body that is poisoned, then it becomes difficult to find out the poison even during post-mortem. And one more thing you need to know is that despite the fact that the body was blue, despite the fact that the body was swollen, despite the fact that we had a lot of questions, there was no post-mortem that was done, and that when that was asked, people said that, you know what, this will become a problem to our international relations, it will become a problem to our national security, national unrest, and that is how this matter was silenced. The next reason we are going to see is the flask and the diary that Lal Bahadur Shastri used to use every day was missing. He had it everywhere he went, but that went missing. So according to Lal Bahadur Shastri's wife, she said that he always has a diary along with him, and she feels that there was something that he wrote to her and it went missing. And when asked about this, they said that, you know, the flask was actually given back, and the diary wasn't there in Tashkent itself. He didn't take it to Tashkent itself. That is what they said. But one more suspicion that arises when you talk about the flask, water was the last thing that Lal Bahadur Shastri ji drank. So when he drank water, after a few minutes he had some feeling of uneasiness, and even when he was being attended by the doctors and the personal staff in the last minutes of his life, he pointed towards the flask, and when he was brought water, he didn't drink it. So according to Lal Bahadur Shastri's wife, she feels that there was something wrong with that water, and that is why he pointed towards the water. Finally, like the movie stories that happen, when you have to hide a crime, you kill all the people who were involved in the crime as well, so that they do not open their mouth. The personal doctor who was attending Lal Bahadur Shastri for nearly 10 years met with an accident. So you might say it might be a coincidence, but the way the accident happened seems to be like a pre-planned murder. Why pre-planned murder? Because the truck hit the back of the car. So the doctor got down the car to examine what was the damage that happened to the car, and eventually the truck drove over him and he died eventually. But this was considered to be an accident, but obviously we all feel that there is something suspicious in it. There are various steps taken by various people in the parliament, general people taking steps to know what really happened. Until today, the conspiracy is not solved, and we are told to believe that the truth is he died due to heart attack, and that was a natural death. It is highly impossible for us to believe it was a natural death with such circumstances. So thank you, have a nice day. I hope you like this video. So please do like, share, comment and subscribe. Please don't forget to subscribe for further videos like this. Thank you, have a nice day.